Hey, I'm Morgan Evans talking about my top 5 live moments with Milky. Here we go. This is a really difficult thing for me to kind of rack my brain. So this is the top 5 today. It might be different if you ask me tomorrow. Coming in at number 5, I'm going to say the first time I came back to Australia to play after I moved to America, and I think Kiss Somebody had just come out. Maybe the first 5 songs from Things That We Drink To had come out, and I was just playing with the loop pedal at the time, and we played at the Tivoli, and the place was sold out. That venue is just an epic room anyway, but it was the first time I'd felt a crowd singing every word with that level of just volume and passion, and that one will always stick with me. As we continue the countdown, I'm think just trying to pick up these momentous moments, or that felt momentous to me, and one of those was just last year. We went over to the UK to play the C2C festivals, and we played at the O2 in London, and we played in Dublin the night before. So a couple of the guys had got the ferry with the bus and all the gear, and then we stayed and did a couple of interviews and then flew over, and as London tends to do, the traffic got all backed up, and so me and my tour manager got off the plane, and we looked at Ubers, and it was going to take way longer than the tube. So we got on the tube, we rode the tube straight to the O2, got off, walked up, and the boys had already sound checked. We basically walked straight on stage and played to a sold out O2 arena. And yeah, it was one of the most fun and smooth gigs I've ever played in my life. But just the adrenaline of that whole day and the experience was definitely one I'm going to remember forever. Coming in at number 3, it's the Nashville one. There's a big arena there. It's called Bridgestone Arena, and it's the one that, you know, any big touring act that comes to Nashville plays in. And it's kind of a big moment, I think, for anyone in their career, because the whole town kind of comes out to watch whatever's on at that venue. And my first time playing there was my first tour in America. I was opening up for a guy named Chris Young, and Kane Brown was the middle act, and I was the first act. Again, just playing solo with the loop pedal, and this place was sold out. And I think Kiss Somebody had just started to climb on the charts, and it was the first time I'd really felt that in my American hometown. And yeah, just doing it solo, there was something about standing there on stage and just stopping the loop pedal and letting everyone sing and feeling that kind of size crowd do that for the first time was a big deal. And I think that's the kind of thing you get addicted to. I couldn't do a list of 5 without including this moment. There's a festival in Australia called CMC Rocks, which my late manager started, I think in 2007. He started this festival, and I feel like I was part of it. I got to perform at the first one, and a number of them through the years, and I got to host some of the TV content they made around it. And then over the last sort of 6 or 7 years, got to see it as every time I come back from America, I got to see this festival grow into one of the biggest and best festivals in the world. And getting to headline that in 2022 was a real moment. Just, I think for me personally, but also I felt like I kind of grew, and my career grew along with that festival, and so to have that moment was really special. And the people that go to that festival really do feel like a family. Like, it's the same people that go every year, and I feel like that sort of rapport was something that could only be created over that period of time with that level of passion for country music. And I think that's really special for me, but also for country music in Australia. I feel like some sort of spokesperson for country music tourism in Australia right now. It really does feel like that, though. Here I am speaking from the heart. We're up to number 1. Number 1, what could it be? Of course, number 1 was playing at the Sydney Opera House last year on the Life Upside Down tour. Thank God we got to play 2 nights there, because the first night was kind of just a blur. But the second night I got to really settle in and enjoy all the moments. And there was a lot of great moments. We had Keith Alexander come out to sing Date Night. We had John Williamson come out to sing Rip Rip Wood Chip as well. And he's always been a hero of mine. I think, just one of the voices of Australia when I think about Australian music. And I grew up singing and playing his music. So that was a really special occasion. And again, I think, like the CMC Rocks thing, it just felt like being able to play country music at the Opera House, such an iconic, beautiful venue, really felt like a great moment. And I'm so grateful we recorded it, so grateful we videoed it. And yeah, because of that, we got it forever, and stoked to release it. I mean, growing up, it was the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and Willie Nelson and John Williamson and Lee Kernaghan, Garth Brooks. It was like this, all the music my parents listened to. And then when I started playing guitar, it was like The Living End and Led Zeppelin. And I think Keith Urban probably changed my life the most. I remember when I saw him play, it was like all the old rock and roll and old country music that I grew up on put together. And that sort of first set my sights on where the hell did that come from? And here I am. Keith Urban. I just watched Interstellar the other day. That would be a fun one to write a soundtrack to, like do the guitar version of all those songs maybe. If I'm not thinking, please don't mess this up, it's How Good Is This? Oh, The Climb. That's the peak. It was an Eagles chord book, so Take It Easy, Tequila Sunrise, Peaceful Easy Feeling. It was The Seekers with my mum and the Newcastle Entertainment Centre. Oh, the most life-changing one was probably Keith Urban at the Enmore Theatre. It'd be super weird if it happened, but if Patty Griffin did one of my songs, that'd be pretty amazing. She's my favourite female voice, and it would make no sense for her to do that, but that's what's coming to my brain right now. It's pretty hard to go past the Sydney Opera House. I don't know. You know what? This might not be a popular opinion, but I remember what was the name of that Justin Bieber album came out that had all the dance hall beats on it, and then pop music for the next 3 years was like dance hall beats. Maybe it was that. It's a form of expression to me. It's like a language. If the world was ending, you come over, right? I can't remember where it was or when it was, but I've got this really vivid memory of being like 9 or 10 and seeing a guy playing a red Stratocaster in some RSL club that I went to dinner at with my parents when I was a kid, and I remember thinking that was the coolest thing I'd ever seen.